I'll try to make this as fast as possible. 2018 Nissan Murano. To lock and unlock this vehicle, there's so many different ways to do it. One of the most obvious ones is going to be the key fob. And here we have the, let's try to unlock it. The unlock button is the third one from the top, and it's got dimples. In case you do this in the dark. So when I unlock it, and when I lock it, it honks and the hazards come on. I call it a loud mode. You can actually make it quiet whenever it does this, in case maybe where you live you would be a nuisance if you kept honking the horn all the time. And what that usually entails is holding the lock button and then lock button together, hold them down for I think 2 seconds, or it could be 3 seconds, doesn't really matter. When I attempt to demonstrate this, just pay attention to the vehicle, watch the lights, and listen to what it does. So hold the lock and unlock button together. You notice that the hazards came on 3 times. Now when I unlock it, nothing but the DRL, daylight running lights, and when I lock it, nothing but the hazards. See, I can actually hear the lock actuators opening and activating, but I don't know if that's carrying into the video. So let's do that. It works for some people. Personally, that doesn't work for me. I prefer the loud mode, so I'm going to change it back. And that's it, a honk and the hazards. So now when you unlock it and when you lock it, that's good. That's what I prefer. And here's what I assume is one of the more desirable features on these vehicles. That is the keyless go feature, whereby all I have to do is be close enough with my smart key. I can leave it in my pocket, in my purse, or whatever other things I carry, and all you have to do is push the button. It unlocks the doors, and when you push it again, it locks it back up. I find it a little odd that unlocking it is only 1 beep, unlocking it is 2 beeps, but somebody made that determination and thought that's the best way to do it. Okay, that's great, easy to do. So the other part comes into the trunk, and the trunk can be opened in so many different ways, and I don't think I'll go into the whole depth in this video, but I wanted to show at least to point one thing out. Sometimes maybe people have noticed this feature or weird behavior, or maybe you haven't really noticed it and you came up and noticed that maybe your car isn't the way you left it. So whenever you unlock your trunk, and we'll go for this button right here, okay, everything goes up. What you don't really notice, or maybe don't really realize off the bat, is that all your other doors are unlocked as well. So what you usually have to do is you come here and you lock your trunk, or rather you shut it. But again, it's maybe not something you think about intuitively, but what you just did is equivalent to opening and shutting your door. You still haven't locked it. Unlocking it is easy. Maybe it's a safety feature. Maybe they want it in such a way that whenever you open your trunk, you can't just lock things back inside. But then usually you still have to lock your door. So you could do it using your key fob, and that locks everything. You could, I guess, walk all the way to the front if you really felt like pursuing that whole keyless go feature. You don't want to touch your key fob at all, just walk around to the front and push that. But I wanted to show you guys something else. This is kind of something I wanted to make for those people who are very dedicated to the whole keyless go idea. So I'll let it open all the way first, because if I interrupted it, it's gonna end up shutting. So let's pull it down just a little bit. Look inside there. Do you see there's this flat button, and then there's one that looks a little bit like a pill? So that's actually your lock and unlock button, and I think not too many people realize that that's what it does. So in this case, watch this. Okay, so we already know that all the doors are going to be unlocked, right? So just come to that, feel around for that pill. It's not here, this is a flat one. Go over this way and I can feel it, and now just push it. And it locks, and you can test your doors if you wanted to, but I know everything's good. And you could also come here and unlock your trunk or unlock that single door without necessarily opening the tailgate or the lift gate. Just come here, push this, Well, you didn't really see what happened here. Let's go again. Lock, unlock. So there it is. And I think I could make a very detailed video if I wanted to, talking about all the different ways you could operate the trunk or the doors in general. There's a way to lock and unlock only that single door that you're standing at, whereby the lift gate is seen as your fifth door. There's a way to make, and that's the standard setting is what we're seeing right now. Whenever you unlock one door, everything else ends up unlocking. And locking is usually pretty standard. Whenever you lock a door, all of them end up changing. But then you could also change the setting in that. As I've talked about the keyless go feature, or the prox, it's actually called the proximity key setting, whereby just having this in your pocket is close enough for the sensor to notice that you're there and then open it up for you. You could turn that off if you wanted to, and when you turn it off, basically getting close with your key fob in your pocket is not going to do anything for all the buttons on the trunk as well as the ones on the doors. But what you could end up changing is, what still works is locking with the key fob and unlocking. The two sensor or two settings on your key fob. One is it's just a remote that locks and unlocks the doors, and then you have the other one that says, yes, this is a key, the correct key for the door. This is for the car. This is what can unlock the doors by the prox sensor. This is what can start the car. But I wanted to at least touch on that part, show you the different ways to lock and unlock your Nissan Murano, and hopefully this video helps you in one way or another.